Hello, hi everyone. This is Iyanu and
This is Dami. Should I go
Dami.
first?
You go.
But you know ladies first.
No, I nominate you.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Really? Okay. So the question is, how did we meet each other, right?
And how awesome you thought I was when you saw me.
Serious?
Yeah, just say it.
Okay. When did I meet you?
2010.
Okay, well, we met in 2010. Was it 2010? Okay, it was an 100 level university.
September, October-ish.
It was November 8th. I remember. I don't forget those kind of things.
He's the dates person.
Okay, well, met you in Unilag, right? Met at fellowship, Medical Science Students Fellowship.
MSSF.
Yeah, it was. Shout out to those guys.
You guys were in 100 level.
Yes.
Yes.
And you were already meeting baby in 100 level.
No, it wasn't like that though.
It was not like that. It was not like that. Was it like
I
that?
don't really like him, no. I don't think so.
I did not really even see you, you know. Did I?
But
Oh, did
Anyway,
you?
just
Face your
continue.
I faced my book, honestly. It was all about book and God. I didn't even see her. Did I see her?
You know that if there was no one that saw no one. Is that correct? Anyway, but really I was the one who didn't see anybody.
You saw me, I was
Me?
a pastor.
Continue, you were talking.
Okay, how did you meet me?
It was in 100 level MSSF, like he already said. We started MSSF in November, right?
Yeah, November.
Yeah, and then there was this person who would talk a lot. He still talks a lot. And then it was dark, way darker. I actually personally believe that Unilag is under the equator.
That's
Like
not fair.
anybody that is there, you just be black.
That's
I was
not
very
fair.
black. Anyway, so basically, Dami ended up becoming the president, and I was the assistant general secretary. So we worked together for 1 year before moving to India Araba, basically.
You mean Luz?
Luth, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
That was all, honestly. There was no awesomeness, no sparkles, nothing. I didn't like Dami then. Well, we just worked together. I didn't particularly hate him, but it was just there.
I'm sure you thought I liked you.
No, not in 100 level. Maybe in 300.
Yeah. Categorically, I could say 5 years, but not 5 years. Not 5 years like this. I asked her in 2015.
15.
She gave me a response in 2016.
17. No, 17.
Was it 17?
May 23rd,
Bottom line,
2017.
Give me a response after a year, 6 months, and 7 days.
I was
I
praying.
was counting. In fact,
I wanted
7
to
days
be
and about 18 hours. It was around 6 p.m. in the evening. I was going to the dry cleaners. I remember vividly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we've been in a serious relationship for 3 years. I've been in a relationship for 5 years. She has been in a relationship for 3 years. Exactly. That's
And
how
out
it
of that 3 years, safe. Before we finally came to terms, it was a while, but yeah. You.
Okay.
You go first.
My first impression of you. I'm not like Shao. She was very good. But I didn't tell you that now.
No,
Yeah, my
I'm
first
just hearing
impression.
it.
You're actually really gorgeous. I couldn't get my eyes off. But I was pastor of fellowship at the time too, so I had to just observe from a distance.
Sorry, when was this?
I think this was 2013.
13. Okay.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
Okay, my own first impression. Somehow I always saw the serious spiritual part of things, but my first impression, yes, it's absolutely. Dami is a family people's person. Like he can enter you. So I think that really touched my heart, honestly. So I think that was it. It was that day on the beach. There's a lot of background story to this because you may not understand if I just say like, how come your first date is the day they're asking you out? But I mean, because we've been friends for a while, we kind of always went out with friends. Even if we went out alone, it was just like that friend zone. Until one day, my birthday, 2015, Dami decided to, carry the whole world. No, it was just my sister and a couple of friends, and then we went to the beach. I don't know what was with us and water.
But you didn't say that birthday lasted 3 days.
Okay, yeah, there was
I
pre,
tried.
intra, and post birthday
You
party.
didn't mention all the cakes.
I think I had like 3 cakes or
You
something.
mentioned all the cards.
I had like, it was over 5 cards, so Abi. Oh yeah. Okay, so basically, Dami took me to the beach. They bought food, cooked. We carried a whole bus to the beach. Only for me to be there, being a nature lover that I am, in the water. Somebody that came to stand beside me. Now I say something good. Something God said. God, no,
Did
not
I use
no.
the
You
God
didn't
said
say
line?
God said. You
I
didn't
didn't
use
use
it.
the
You
God
didn't
said
use
line.
it.
No. I said I liked you.
Yes.
I tried.
And I froze. Moshe. Yeah, so basically that was actually like the first anything romantic kinda. Although that 300 level, I don't know.
No, that was story for another day.
Is another day story.
But I don't know. Is there anything in terms of like I want to say?
Nah.
I was romantic then too. I just wasn't. I wasn't strategic.
Oh yeah, say your own. Is it the same?
It's the
The
same.
first date that me I thought was a date. Was that your first date?
Oh, me, I had many dates. So apparently they were in my mind because you're now saying. Cause I took you to the cinema many times. So
Was that
before
one a
then.
date?
Hey,
We just went out
and
now.
you were buying all the popcorn and drink and all the chicken and
How would I
shawarma.
watch movie without popcorn?
I was buying those things because I thought you liked me now.
It wasn't brother in the Lord.
No, now why you did this?
Your reward is.
Well, I think my first date with you was, I think it was the movies. I'd asked you to come to the movies. Which movie was it? We did not eventually even finish the movie. You left in the middle.
It
You kept saying it was gory. You remember?
This guy that looks like Spider-Man.
Venom. No, it wasn't
it's not
Venom.
Venom.
It wasn't Venom. It was something else. I know you went to the movies and you kept persisting. I paid for.
I don't like action movies, so like once we're in the cinema and they start like shooting,
Well,
cutting,
we
I
went to
just
the
close
movie.
my eyes wide.
She
stand
refused
up.
to finish watching the movie. She told us to leave in the middle of the movie. It was painful because I was enjoying the movie. But it's fine, it's fine. At least I know your first date was after like 2 years or something. But what it's not fair. How will you say that we're not? How will you say I wasn't romantic all the while? All those times that we went out, because well, thank God for people like Samuel and you. They will bear me witness to this one I'm about to say. All those days I went and paid in advance. And the guy who sold chips and
I was
and
not
turkey.
the only person you were buying spaghetti
No,
for.
I bought a lot of things. Remember one birthday that I went and bought all the pastries at ShopRite?
I will not lie. That
I
video
even wrote
was
you a
good.
book. I wrote you a book.
Oh yes, I
wrote
have
you
that
a
book. You wrote me a
I wrote
book.
you a book and I thought that was not an outing. No.
No, but that was.
Well, you tried. At least, man, I enjoyed myself. Maybe you didn't enjoy yourself. Maybe I was going out on dates in my own mind.
I don't even understand how two people be going on a date and one person is on a date, the other person is not on a date.
I don't know. You're the one that did not invite yourself to it. Now I invited you.
But the food shy is very key. It's Dami.
I was gonna say you now.
No, it's actually Dami.
Actually, I was gonna say you talk best.
No, Dami is the more romantic one.
Not
But I'm
so.
learning. I'm bringing my A game on.
You know you're romantic, oh. You know that, right?
Eh.
Yeah. No, actually, you're romantic. Let me not.
Say it again.
You're romantic.
Very well.
In front of the camera. You're romantic.
So my favorite thing about Dami, there are a couple of things, but let me just say this one first. One of my favorite things about him also annoys me the most about him. I don't even know how that is possible. Dami is very organized. Very, very, very organized. And then he has this awesome memory. Like he can tell you what you wore. Say that day on the beach now, he'll tell you what you wore, what nail polish was on your leg, anything. But me on the other hand, I mean, It's well, beautiful. I have a blessed memory. Amen.
Yeah, just
But
nice.
basically, but I don't think that that's the favorite thing. Honestly, I think that nothing beats that hat. Yeah,
But what hat is that? You don't
that's
say.
generous. No, really, but that means a very, very okay. So honestly, like, if it's very, very people centered in an unselfish way. Although he's still learning the expression of it actually, but I mean, I'm not the only one who can testify to this, but I probably just know it to a greater extent. He actually has a very good heart for people, like pouring and investing in something to people. I was just saying, when we're students, there was a guy who is still there anyway, who sells chicken and chips in Luth. So somebody would just come and be like, "Hey, Dami, I'm hungry," and Dami would be like, "Oh, okay, you can go and get." And I mean, this 500 naira worth of chicken and chips for one pack. And when we were to pay the guy back, just guess how much we're supposed to pay on chicken and chips for other people, and Dami won't eat it. That's the problem. We paid 80-something K on 500 naira chicken and chips. So you can imagine how many people have gotten chicken and chips. You can just imagine. So honestly, that's one of the reasons why when he was checking me with food, I didn't know he was checking, because
you like food.
it's just like that with everybody. Anyway, so but really, I think that one of the best things with Dami is that he really, really, really has a heart for people, and he has a heart for generations. That's what I must say. Like, yeah, it has he looks like beyond today, looks to children, looks to grandchildren, looks to great-grandchildren, and then thinks of and plans. We usually say, we have a saying that the best gift you can give to your children isn't just the money. The first gift actually you give to your children is the gift of who you are. So yeah, I think that the fact that he's seeking to improve, seeking to become a better person on all fronts. I don't think I can say everything in this video, but I think that that's the best. Ed expansion. May we not have hydrocaf in Jesus' name.
I have to bring hydrocaf into this video. Okay. I like the fact that Iyanu's heart is wild and it's trusting. She doesn't spare anything to be vulnerable, and that for me is that's a big deal. Yeah. Enough mushiness. Okay. That's all.
Okay,
You
great.
didn't say she's hot.
She's hot. She's hot, like spicy hot. Cameroon pepper spicy hot.
What shall I say?
Exactly.
Painting. We love
Your first.
anything art. We love anything art. We run a handmade cards page, handmade cards NG on Instagram.
Advertise.
Yes, I'm advertising. Yes. Basically, then I paint. My medium is acrylics, but I'm looking to go into oil painting too.
A few months ago, we had this initiative of collaborating with, bringing a lot of people who saw the same values, same ideologies of life. People who would be able to bring experts in their own field, but all work together to strengthen, to bring healing to the earth through art, as it were, medicine as an art, painting and other forms of art as adjuncts in it, right? Yeah, and we call it Compassion. It's an house, basically, an house of compassion, as it were.
Dami, just go.
Okay.
Say it.
So
Two different.
I think I'm really meticulous. I can be very adamant on things. When I start something, I like to follow through until it ends.
A dog with a bone.
Yeah, like a dog with a bone, exactly. Nobody takes my dog, nobody takes my bone except I'm done chewing it.
Yeah.
But you are.
On the other hand, I'm very spontaneous. I like to do things as they come. I don't know, like spontaneity just flows. It seems like me. I am spontaneous, and then Dami is very planned. So that spontaneity and planning
Yeah.
Sometimes we see the beauty in merging it, sometimes it clashes really hard. But we're learning to merge it. I would like to say that part. So first of all, we have a couple of people. We used to live, like on Sundays, I stay over at my pastor's so that I can go to church. Then from there, I was serving at the time. So that from there I go to NYC, attend to NYC stuff. And then, so after a while, someone in the house said, hey, since we are not staying together at pastor's place on Sunday, let's just go for a hangout, an outing. Yes, I was being paid. Let's go for an outing and just enjoy ourselves. They made me fried chicken for that outing, so I fried my own proposal chicken. Anyway, that's beside. So we went to Pompano Beach, and then we had fun, and then there was this time for a game where the girls are supposed to like line up, and yeah, we're like,
a relay race.
It was a relay race. And another thing is that we're a family kind of people, so we like to do things with people. There were like, how many people at that proposal?
13.
Yeah, like 13 friends and family.
I remember.
Is it 13?
Yeah, it was 13.
Okay, yeah. So basically, it was like a relay race, and the girls were here, the guys were supposed to run towards us. And as they were coming, I noticed that they were falling down. I was wondering, why is everybody falling? Is it the sand? What's happening? Then Dami made it to the finish. He was the only one who made it to the finish line. And then he was like, as he fell, and then he fell, and he put his hand on the floor, and then there was a ring. And I saw it, and I ran away. I was running into the water. I don't know what's up with us and water. I don't know. And
I had no business with
and
you.
I started to cry. And I was wondering in my head, because I've always said it, anytime I see a proposal video and I see someone crying, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Just put yourself together. And when I was crying, I'm like, stop it, you can't be crying, put yourself together. Anyway, but that was like, okay, yes, another thing, that means we're very, very scrappy shirts for the proposal. And boxers.
No.
Who proposes in boxers?
I forgot to plan that part.
And then the ring did not want to enter. We have to keep.
But the ring eventually entered. I measured your finger while you were sleeping.
So there are a couple of things that are very dear to us. We like telling stories, and we're hoping that they will tell a story of God's original intention for family and for marriages. So we are really hoping that it will be a day where people are reminded about God's intention. Yeah, Jesus and the church, because we believe that that's what marriage means. So that we really hope that it will be a day where people are reminded about God's intention for the church, how God wants to have us close, like in a relationship. Also, we're hoping and praying that people's marriages are also restored who have had issues in their family. And I want a day of order and beauty. I don't want rice issues for my wedding day. Yeah, I just really want a beautiful day that has order. I mean, and it's beautiful. I think I'm missing out something, so you can say it.
Well, it's basically that, anyways. I don't know. I don't think you missed out anything.
Are you sure?
Okay. Well, we believe that marriage is a prophecy, as it were.
Yeah, I missed out.
It's a strong statement that says that humanity and God can completely be united.
That it is possible and it will happen.
It's possible and that it will happen. So we consider ourselves God's emissaries to re-emphasize that truth, and we want the wedding day to be nothing short of that. So well, I know you know this, but I'm going to say it again. Okay, I love you, and you don't just mean everything to me. You are God's gift to me, and I'm really grateful for that. With you, I'm sure of accomplishing all that God has in store for us. Okay, and I actually promise again today that I'll be very understanding very patient. I know that you are big on being expressive, being allowed to express yourself, and I promise that you will express yourself in all the bits that God will have you be expressed. The biggest things for me, for you, is not so. A lot of people actually plan so well their lives on earth. They plan their last 10 years on earth, their retirement and stuff. I'm not just planning that for you. I promise to plan ahead, even to the first, say, millionth year in eternity. Okay. My biggest aspirations for you, and my promise is to lead you in such ways that God will allow, as God will allow me, as God will teach me to the point where you stand before God in the end, and He says to you confidently, "Thou good and faithful servant, come into the rest of your Lord." So, yeah, so that's my promise. I mean all that with my heart. Are you about to cry? You're about to cry, yes. Yes, you're already crying.
I'm not crying.
Don't smell your makeup, please. Thank you. Yeah. So.
You're taking position.
Yes.
Okay, basically, my promise is, first of all, to not lose the vision for this, to not lose what's in God's heart, why God Himself intended and instituted marriage. But first of all, to take it back a bit, my promise is actually to not lose focus of God Himself. Because if the center is lost, kind of every other thing loses meaning and loses flavor. So my first promise is to actually keep and nurture that place, to be responsible for what I am supposed to be responsible in that place, to keep my center. Okay, and after Him comes you. So that's a promise that by God's grace, nothing else takes that place after God Himself. Yeah, so I I promise to learn how to be organized. Yeah, basically, but I think more than that, I promise to be I know that already when God chooses, He chooses right. So I am your perfect match and blend. But I know that there's some refinement that has to go on. But the promise basically is not to try and become the help that you would need. I already am. But the promise is to allow God refine me such that I'm able to actually live up to what I've been called to do in you. And I promise to help you. And I promise to not do you harm, but to seek your good all the days of my life. Is that me about to cry?
I'm about to cry. Don't worry, I'm not crying.
This is what I
know, don't say it again. I'm not crying. My eyes are just.
What's that?
That's good.
Let's be doing video shoot every day.
No, I mean.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Now, wow, Dami.
You're making me laugh now.